Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out on a cold, rainy night to the Bloomington MAC meeting on March 1st, 2023. Thank you for attending. And we will start out.
It's not working. She said she can't hear you. The mics are not on. No, they're not on.
No.
Testing one.
Hey, right now.
Oh. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. It's Dave. No, and the screens aren't on either. Feels good in here.
I'm sure it does, because I'm nice and warm on my thing here. I'm addicted to those things.
Hello? Hello?
Just talk loud.
Well, because I turned it on. I guess we can just talk loud, but the screens are not on. Okay. Yeah. It's supposed to be Regina. Okay.
Just go.
Okay, let's just go.
Oh, there. I think there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, you're on. There's is on.
Well, it's on, but it's not on.
No, I can hear you.
You can hear now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You can hear me now?
All right. Good evening, everyone, to the March 1st, 2023 Bloomington MAC meeting. Thank you for coming out in kind of rainy, cold weather. So appreciate you being here. And we'd like to start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. And Angela, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this evening? Thank you. Everyone stand. United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And you got to take the mic out of your mouth. All right, thank you. Next item, roll call of MAC members. Staff, would you be doing that, or you want me to call the roll, or? Okay, thank you. Angela McLean. Thank you. Stephanie Santoyo.
Present.
Thank you. Diane Mendez is absent this evening. Anna Paredes is absent this evening, and Teresa Escoto.
Present.
Thank you. And I'm Gary Grosich, and I'm present as well. Thank you. We're going to move along to our agency staff reports. This is dependent on availability. First up would be code enforcement. Come up and tell us what's happening with code enforcement. Thank you.
Hello? You hear me? Yeah. Okay. All right. Everyone, my name is Moises Sanchez. I am the Senior Code Enforcement Officer. I am currently assigned in the Bloomington area in the Central Valley. I'm also acting supervisor right now, currently in that area. As you probably all know, our previous office over off of Arrowhead had a fire, but the good news is we're now up and running at 268 West Hospitality in San Bernardino. That's where the majority of our code officers are at, our office staff, admin staff. And we also have a front counter there that's available to the public Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So if you get a notice from code enforcement, or if you need to speak to an officer in person, if you wanted to go down there and make a complaint in person, or if you just needed to talk to somebody with code enforcement, you could go Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. We'll be able to help you out. If you want, you can also always call us. Our phone number is 909-884-4056. You can call us, ask to speak with a code officer. Let us know if you have a concern, if you want to submit a complaint, or if you're dealing with an issue with code enforcement, you can call that number as well. And you can also visit us online. Our website is lus.sbcounty.gov. And if you go on our website, we have a bunch of things, a bunch of different information, things going on in code enforcement, the different programs and services that we offer. You can also submit a complaint online as well, and it's anonymous if you want. And you can also ask for a public records request if you're looking for information on something in particular. We also have other things available online, like if you need to apply for a permit. That's a common issue that we deal with. If you get an administrative citation, you can get information from our website as well. Information on illegal dumping. I know that there's a lot of illegal dumping that happens in Bloomington. If you see something and you want to report it, you can go online and report it there. And also, you can report graffiti online too, or you can call it in. The countywide hotline number for graffiti is 877-44-ABATE. So that's ABATE. And yeah, so code enforcement, we're out there. You probably see us in the trucks, in the trailers. We're out there. We're trying to clean up the community, trying to address the concerns and any complaints that we receive. Things real common that we're dealing with are junk and trash complaints, inoperable vehicle complaints, any health and safety concerns, and land use violations. So if there's anything that you have for me, if you want to let me know, I'll be here. I'll be hanging out. You can give me the information, and we'll be sure to take a look at it. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. MAC members, any questions or comments? Okay. Anyone else? No. Okay. I've got one thing I want to report. My neighbors off Santa Ana are unhappy. The new pilot operation on Santa Ana and Cedar, in their conditions of approval, they're not allowed to idle for more than 5 minutes. They're not allowed to be there for more than 2 hours, and they're not allowed to park overnight. And they're doing all of the above. And there is signage, which was part of the negotiated settlement when the school district sued, but they're not abiding by the terms of their conditional use permit. So hopefully, we can do something about that before it's totally out of hand.
Right.
That was a concern of the community, that truckers were going to stay there all night and it was going to lead to prostitution and drugs and different things that we didn't want in the community. So it's already heading in that direction. So if code enforcement can look into that, it would be appreciated.
Yeah. I appreciate the information. We could definitely get ahead on that. I'll speak with the planners about the conditions. I'll get real familiar with what they need to do and be sure they do so.
Okay. Thank you.
Feedback on that. So, I was kind of intrigued on that. There's also, some vendors that are set up on the parking lot, right on the outside on the curb, and they're blocking your view to be able to safely exit that, that parking lot that's actually on, Santa Ana.
Same intersection? Okay.
So you can't proceed safely because their setup is just really obstructing your view, especially at night. It's really bad.
All right. We'll be sure to take a look at that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Moving. Go ahead. Well, Dave, he's going to be here. Did you have something? Okay. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that during public comment? You have a card in.
He needs to hear it, so everybody, you guys can know it, so they can keep after it. Because we got a lot of problems. They got people out here going to the going down the street, these guys here, going down the street and picking out a little spot, but don't get everybody. And that just makes me mad, because I got a lot of complaints. I get a lot of complaints from the people.
Okay.
They're ready to move out because.
Dave, okay, we understand the problem. The code enforcement is right here. Here's a gentleman, all of us are aware of what's going on. You need to take it up with them because he's a person that can actually do something. We can't do anything other than do what you're doing right now, which I just did basically. So, and Teresa. So we're going to move along to state legislative update. Okay, no one's here. Sheriff's Department. We have anyone from the Sheriff's Department this evening? Okay, seeing none, nobody. We'll move along to County Fire. County Fire, are you out there? I don't think so. CHP. Apparently, they're all busy. Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of people didn't realize this meeting was coming up so fast because it's the first. Special districts. Aaron Spear. He's not here this evening either. Okay. Colton Joint Unified School District. No board member Fuentes is here representing Bloomington. Board member?
Does that work? I think it does. Okay, great. Good evening, Vice Chair, Mr. Grosich, ladies of the board. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Israel Fuentes. I am a board member with Colton Joint Unified School District. Just wanted to give you a couple of updates, some couple things that are going on. Always remember, if you have any questions, concerns, please call the school your child goes to. So if you live in this area of town, Grimes, Smith, Lewis, please go to the school. If you're out on the south side, Crestmore, Zimmerman, Ruth O'Harris, Sycamore, a group of Vista, DRC, and Bloomington High School, please contact your local school. If you have any other questions, please feel free to call 909-580-6505. That is the number to our district office. And sometimes there is, if you go on our website, you might be able to get the answer to some of the things. Just one thing I want to bring, spring break is coming. So get ready to have the kids for a couple of weeks. Spring break will be from March 20th to the 31st. And the actual day, the last day of school will be the 17th of March. And the first day back of school will be April 3rd. So get ready to have those kiddos there at home, all that energy. Go to Costco, buy in bulk, because I have two girls and they eat like they're 6. So they're always like snacking and pizza and you name it. So let's have fun with the kids. We love our kids. Another thing I want to bring to your attention also is we do have an ROP program, which is a regional occupational program, which is our pathways that we have at our schools. We have different pathways at different high schools. Here at Bloomington High School, we have our business pathway. We have mechanics. We have law enforcement. We have the ROTC program, all of those pathways. And every year, through the ROP program, which we call CRIROP, which we also team up with 2 other districts, Colton, Redlands, and Yucaipa. Well, that's why we call it CRIROP. We team up with these 2 other districts, and we have an annual scholarship giveaway. And we have this huge event where we give away scholarships to many of our students of the 3 districts. We have students from Bloomington High School, Grand Terrace High School, Colton High School, that receive these scholarships for them to go to a technical school or even go to college, university, whatever they want to do as a career. This year, we're fundraising. This is the reason I'm here. I am the vice chair for the foundation, the CRIROP Foundation, and we are fundraising for this event. Like I said, these monies go to these students. Currently, we have 2 students from Grand Terrace High School, and I'll give you an example. They went into the fire paramedic pathway, and currently they are certified when they graduate this year to actually be certified and go into the field of work. So technically, they are already paramedic, firemen, women, already to go into the career that they chose. We do have the law enforcement pathway here. and many students have had also gone in law enforcement academy, either the sheriff's academy or wherever they move to, and they do the academy and become deputies or the local PD. So it is a success that we have through our pathways. We have the nursing pathway at Grand Terrace High School. I almost forgot our entrepreneurship, our business program here at Bloomington High School. Actually, for the fourth year in a row, they are going to the finals. These are young men and women that come up with the concept. Uh, it could be a cell case, a hat, whatever, but with the twist. They come up with this concept, they present it, they go through finals and here in San Francisco, I think it is, or here somewhere in California, and then they end up going to New York for the finals, the main finals. So we do have a group of young men and women that are going to that. So just to end up here, if you want information about the foundation and would like to donate to this foundation, could be $50, it could be $20, it could be $5. We do have a lot of other entities, other people that do help us with this foundation. I know Kaiser Permanente does. I think the 99-cent stores also help us out. We have many local sponsors that help us out with this foundation. But our goal this year is to come up with $10,000 and give these monies to these young men and women for their schooling. So if you want more information, I do have pamphlets here. For those that are attending, I have pamphlets. And for those that want to give me a call, my number is 909-664-7726. You can call me. If I don't answer, please leave a message. I've always said that, leave a message, and I'll get back to you. Just let me know you want more information about the Cryrop Foundation for scholarships. That's all I have. Do you have any questions this evening?
Any questions from the MAC for Board Member Fuentes?
No.
Okay,
Thank you
seeing
very
none.
much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Board Member.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, West Valley Water. Typically Greg Young is here. I don't see him this evening, or Dan Jenkins. So we'll move along. Our next item. I'm sorry. Which? Okay, moving along. Our next item was to be informational presentation from the Sheriff's Department regarding Neighborhood Watch, and they're setting up a program within Bloomington. They're asking for neighborhoods that would like to get involved in that. Unfortunately, Captain Ziegler from the Fontana station is not available this evening, so we're going to reschedule him hopefully for April, and so we can have that presentation. So. I'm sorry, Pam, you're having a hard time hearing? Is that what you're saying? Louder than that? Okay. Not in the mic. Okay. Tell me when it's good. Garbled. Is that what you're telling me? Okay. No mic. Okay.
Good afternoon, MAC members and community. We have awesome things coming to our community. Installation of Wi-Fi main hub system around Kessler Park and Ayala Park in Bloomington. This project will provide public Wi-Fi access to help empower the community with better services to benefit the residents, especially those who cannot afford internet at home. Let's see. Can you hear me now? Is it on? Okay. Sorry, guys. So awesome things are coming to our community. They're having installation of Wi-Fi main hub system around Kessler and Ayala Park. So this is going to help empower the community with better services to benefit the residents, especially those who cannot afford internet. So that's really cool. Second, we are having fishing with Supervisor Jabaka Jr. this Saturday, March 4th, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. This is going to be Glen Helen Regional Park. If you'd like more information, I put flyers in the back. And lastly, please stay safe and stay clear of the mountain areas to allow our agencies to clear the roads and maintain efficiency. That is all. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Everybody live. I don't have to get the mic. You can hear me a mile away. First thing is, October, I had a function at Kessler Park, at the arena. Okay? We paid for porta potties. Our park has not paid me back. Okay? We need to get a hold of Joe Baca to get it done. Burtech Waste came over there and brought me and our group some containers to put the stuff in. But the parks put a bunch of their stuff in there, metal and things like that. That is recycling. They didn't like it. So anyway, they didn't charge me for it, but when we get things that donated to our group. I don't expect them to fill it up with wood and concrete and metal and stuff like that. I brought it there for the weeds. Okay? That's one thing. April 1st, we are having an Easter egg hunt. I'd like to have all of you invited, every one of you, because there's a lot of kids coming. You'll get free food, whatever. The Clampers is going to feed everybody. Okay? I'm very upset with our park people because they're not doing their job. They think more of this park here than they do that park down there. And I need Mr. Baca to say something to somebody because it can't be done. I mean, I know he ain't here tonight to hear me talk about it, but I'll tell Aaron the same thing. We're not getting no response. And poor baseball people are the same way. I know I got a couple seconds, but one thing I want to say is code enforcement is not doing their job either. They're driving around the streets with their blinders on, and they're ticketing the people that's got just a little weeds in front of their yard and not a bunch of weeds. Okay? Because some guy over here on San Bernardino Avenue come up to my house, there's a good friend of mine, and told me that he got a ticket. But down the street, it's not right. Okay. Food vendors, I don't want nothing against the food vendors, but it just is that when you go set up, clean up your spot. That San Bernardino Avenue and Cedar on the east corner there is got grease on sidewalk, on a carpet that belongs to them. Where does that water go when it goes through that carpet? Into everybody's drinking water in Orange County. You get a ticket for putting stuff in your gutters. Guys, look, I say, but when I go to a tire shop or something and somebody's come up to me and asking me to go ask questions, I tell them to come here and talk. Because
Good evening. I wanted to first thank the Bloomington Municipal Advisory Council for allowing me the opportunity to speak here tonight. My name is Marco Polo Anzora. I'm a field representative with the Office of Congressman Pete Aguilar. I wanted to take this time to introduce myself to the city, its residents. At the beginning of the new year, our congressional district was redrawn as the new 3rd district, and that now includes parts of Bloomington. And so we wanted to let our new constituents know that our office is available system if they ever have an issue with a federal agency, as well as listen to their concerns and input on upcoming legislation and projects. So if you have a question, concern, or need assistance, please feel free to reach out to our office. We're more than happy to help any way we can. Thank you for the opportunity to meet everyone, and I hope to work with the city of Bloomington and its community on future issues. Thank you. Yes, I'm more than happy to give this.
Our next speaker is Roxanne Boswell. Roxanne.
I'm here. I'm a bit pissed. I'm a lot pissed. Mr. Baca and the supervisors have okayed these conditional for truck companies. My street alone has 5 on them. And now the 2 newest owners think that they can get away with everything and anything. This is even pulling their rigs out in front of Colton Joint Unified School District buses with students on them. If these permits are going to be given out, there should be a monthly checkup, 2-month checkup, 3 months checkup to see if they're following and abiding by their conditions of the getting them in the first place. Mr. Baca needs to go down Taylor Street. We've got 1 company alone that should have 1 tractor, 2 trailers. Anywhere between 12 tractors, sleepers, Bob, single, 22 trailers on the weekends. This is from the back of the field, stop to stop to stop to stop to stop, up again. They don't even cannot get to put their legs down. They have to go underneath of them and drag them. They're the closest to the ones where all the houses where people live in it, where kids. This goes on 24/7 every day. Bam! Drag, 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 drag. You can hear it. The houses rattle, the windows rattle. The kids wake up scared. They have employees on it, the kids, they're running up and down. The employers are not taking care of their employees. Now they've started up with the fireworks. I had 4 children up screaming, crying at 9:30 in the morning last night. So this permit thing needs to be rechecked over. And Baca needs to make a meeting on my street and see what it's like to live on there. Starting at 7 o'clock in the morning and at 3:30 when the buses are then again trying to drive. Next thing, it is really nice to see the new
get on with this. First off, the Wi-Fi is they're gonna spend $581,000 on that Wi-Fi, in case you guys didn't notice that. If it's anything like the audio here, I would think the MAC would like to know what it's all being spent on. And what I'm saying is that the MAC would ask the MAC to ask for accounting of the bidders that came out to bid it, and what a cost itemization of what the $581,000 is going to go for, because, I don't know their quality of work is or what, but you guys might be able to, wonder, should wonder. Okay, that's not what I'm really here for. I'm here because the Pacific Electric Trail is on the south side of Bloomington. It's the last of the Pacific Electric Trails. That's the old rail cars, or with the wires and stuff, that passenger cars that went from Rialto to Riverside. It's one, if we count the garage, and we count the Lagoo House, and we count that trail, and we count the fire station that the county bulldozed, then now they're deeding that trail to a developer. And with part of the deal is that they put condos, low-income condos on that trailway. And in planning, I said, well, why can't we'll keep the trail too? And you go ahead and do what you're doing. Then it was brought to my attention that the trail did not just haul people. It had other rails on there that hauled to the cement plant and such. So if they are going to deed it to the developer and they are going to build houses on there, then there's a potential that there can be toxic spillage. Because that was back in the 30s. They had no rules. They hauled all sorts of stuff, and they didn't care what got dumped out. So they really need to, the MAC needs to, if you could, ask if the county's going to be doing a soil analysis, an in-depth one on that railway. It would be much better served to be used for the Rails to Trails program that the other cities get to use, but since we're not a city, we have nobody speaking up for us. And since the Rails to Trails program is sponsored by there's a conservancy that will help pay for that. Plus the state has got thousands and thousands of dollars that they will pay for it. And the county to the state has not even acknowledged that we can put hey, let us do this. It was on our 2007 Bloomington Community Plan. It was under the Townsend Trail. And the county has just ignored that, ignored the fire station, the things that people wanted to save. ID Perry building will be next probably. But it's not right. The county is just bulldozing stuff, giving it to developers for trade-off because for 6, I think, low-income houses to be built.
But can everybody hear me? Oh, it's off. Anyway, my name is Joe Silva. I live in Bloomington. My mother-in-law has been here 60 years. And I'm just going on. Dave already mentioned it, but it's the area of Cedar and San Bernardino. It is out of control, guys. And I know code enforcement is shorthanded, but somebody is going to get killed there. They're setting up vendor slots. Now they're setting up across the street. They're blocking the number 1 lane. People are darting in and out of those cars in the dark, and they are, by God's grace, getting barely missed. So if code enforcement can get authorized some overtime, it doesn't have to be every weekend. Just go out there and just lay the law down and just stop this. Because I remember I was a sheriff's sergeant for 28 years, assigned to Fontana. I remember our business owners always complaining. They have to pay taxes. They have to pay utilities. They have to pay workers' comp. The vendors don't. So basically just reiterating is very dangerous on that corner. And at the last second, I got asked to ask about the bed tax for our volunteers. Does anybody know about that? Thank you.
Good evening. Great seeing you too. Thank you for having me here tonight. Um, I know I have a limited amount of time, but I have a lot of material to cover. I'll start with the good news of having gone to Zimmerman Elementary School today to participate in the Read Across America program. And all I can say is that we're in good hands as I admired the wit and intellect of those students. They're very sharp and attentive, and it was just a great experience. I want to thank Mr. Grosich for bringing to our attention the webinar that was held pertaining to the Cedar I-10 on and off ramp intersection. The transportation organization did a tremendous job of explaining what to expect, which is going to be really a lot of delays over an extended period of time, but overall for the benefit of the Bloomington community. And my personal opinion is that a lot of that necessity is the result of warehouses coming and using that particular on-ramp and off-ramp. So the public dollars are being spent to produce the improvement of that intersection. And, you know, the warehouse developers are beneficiaries of that public dollars. But the fact is it's needed and it's going to be good in the long term. It's going to be rough in the short term. But thank you for bringing that to our attention because it was very informative. I attended a Fontana Community Coalition. Many of you are probably very familiar with it, but their ambitions are to reduce underage drinking and drug use, reduce the use of vapes by minors, and to help with the enforcement of those policies for the benefit of our youth. And so Fontana Community Coalition represents not only Fontana, but the surrounding communities. And they've done work for a long time, and it's my privilege to join them. One of their ambitions also is to increase collaborations. And so that's something that Assemblymember Reyes is all about, is collaborations. In fact, for those of you who don't know her, and she has new communities that she represents because of redistricting, she's having a community coffee on April the 8th, and it will be held at Chaffey College. And so we hope to see you there. It will be an opportunity to ask her questions directly, and she'll give a legislative update. But, you know, part of it is just for her to know, to meet people, meet the community, and to learn the needs of the community and where she might be able to contribute to addressing those needs. And by the way, Marco Polo and I both serve in that capacity to be the eyes and ears of the member and this mouthpiece. I can have a little more time? Okay, thank you so much. I'll still try to be brief because I know that y'all are sacrificing your time to be here. Okay. Yeah, should I have waited until that agenda item, or am I late? Or okay, I'm sorry. I had 6:30 on my calendar. Okay, very good. Southern California gas. I know that we have all suffered for the price of those bills lately. Uh-oh, I struck a nerve. I'm feeling it too. Believe me, we all are. So I've done some investigation. Just today, Southern California Gas presented their bills have gone up. News today was that their purchase agreement, cost of their purchasing that gas that they retail in for the second consecutive month. So according to their cost of the cost for March will be like 60% less than it was in December. So like I read, they said a bill, you know, like compared to December, it would be about half for the same amount used. Anyway, according to them, the reason is because of their purchase price and a whole lot of other factors, but they're saying it's not just based on corporate greed, it's because of a number of factors outside of their control. Anyway, I just wanted to share the good news is that they say it's coming way down. I have a number of bills. I won't go into all of them, but I will share just a couple. One of them is going to come back. It's a bill that most of you are aware of. It's what she calls a good neighbor policy, and it has to do with warehouses that apply for permits having to meet the standard, having to meet a new standard, which is a setback from certain, I'm trying to think of the term, sensitive receptors. Thank you. Sensitive receptors. So that would be parks, schools, homes, community clinics, etc. Sensitive receptors. So this bill was out before. She has met with a number of stakeholders. It is still being revised, but it's coming back. Hopefully there will be some concessions and some agreements that make it palatable, but she's not walking away from it. This is something that she's going to stand up for continuously, and her position is that she feels like the health of the community is more important than the profit of developers. And she has nothing against warehouses in their place, in the right zone, in the right location is perfectly fine. She wants that economic development, but not at the expense of community health. And again, I don't want to go on for too long, but she has a whole lot of bills. They're available on her website and available to me to, communicate to you if you have more interest. I'll just name them and then I'll leave. So the Girl Scout Period Equity Act, the a small business portal. I do want to take a moment on that because she's asking for input. This small business portal is basically asking the state of California to create a electronic site, like a website, which will be a one-stop shop for business owners and potential entrepreneurs to be able to go to this one place and get all of the information that they need. So whether that's permits or grants or, I'm not a business owner to know what all of the needs are for business owners, but that's the input she's soliciting. You as business owners and potential entrepreneurs, what would you need that site to contain? Because the language of the bill right now is vague and is going to be amended with very specific requirements stating that the state of California, and it must have things in it. And so she wants to know from the communities and from business owners and from whoever will provide input, what specifically does that site need to have? That's AB 258. I'll be your contact on that. Michael Townsend, 909-381-3238. My email is michael.townsend@sm.ca.gov. Okay, Michael Townsend, like Assembly, CA like California, GOV like government. You know what? Oh, that's another thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Izzy. We're moving. Today we packed the office for a new location. So we were in Vanier Tower. She's been in that office since she started. Today's the last day. Friday we'll be in the Citibank building in San Bernardino on Vanderbilt by Hospitality Lane. In fact, right close to the congressman's office. Anyway, the Citibank building, so my cards are extinct. But I'll have new ones by the next meeting. Thank you. So the nonprofits will have the same site. because the same information that a nonprofit needs to exist in terms of, like their tax filing status and the information that they need for like withholding for employees and et cetera, all of those same things that a business needs, a nonprofit needs. So that one-stop shop will be for nonprofits as well. But that's a good point, because she's soliciting businesses to provide input, or that is business owners, and nonprofit providers. We need input from them as well, because they should tell us specifically what do they need in that site. And if we're going to put that site together, it may as well be right and comprehensive. So thank you for the suggestion. It's going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's at Chaffey College. And the one other thing, I'm glad I see you, because we're planning, and it's still in the planning stage. We don't have things locked in place yet. But she wants to help specifically low and moderate income households, but really everyone in general, but specifically low and moderate income households, to do tax preparation. And so on April 1st, we're going to do a tax preparation event with some others who collaborating with us. And EITC, Earned Income Tax Credit, is like money that low and moderate income households will get back in their pockets only by filing their taxes. Cash money in their pockets, which belongs to them. The state has plenty of it, but it can only be received through a tax filing. So April 1st could very well be this location, but we're working on it. It might also be at the Chaffey College campus in Fontana, which is a location that has offered us facilities. Okay, so April 1st, details haven't yet been worked out. That's a great suggestion. I'll work on that. If it's not at this facility, to get them to the Fontana campus of Chaffey, but hopefully we'll do it here. We got to work that out. So yeah, the main thing is to get people to file. I know it's last minute because of the deadline, but April 1st is like the soonest that we can do it. And there will be folks that have done this before. One thing that's important, and I need to get the information to you quickly, because everyone will have to pre-register. And the pre-registration is going to allow them to know exactly what documents they need to bring with them. So when they leave that day, their taxes will be done. They'll come in and their taxes will be done on that same day. But they need to bring the right documents with them. So again, thank you for having me here. April 1st at 2 o'clock. Well, actually, once she kicks it off, she can leave, because then people can get their taxes done. She doesn't need to stand over their shoulders, but I will remind her about her obligation. All right. And as you can all tell, I'm kind of like laid back, easy to talk to. So feel free. Like, you don't have to prep all kind of paperwork and get all ready for me. Just come, let's talk. All right, thank you again.
get their Riverside office. And when they ask questions over there about the Bloomington, they can't contact the ladies here because there's no phone number. So that needs to be addressed because people are trying to contact the ladies here, further get more information. They can't get it. They have to come here directly to ask them the questions. Then they find out they have to fill out paperwork before they can even get their food. So that turns some people away also. We'll be sure to make sure we cut that out. Okay. So community events, so I know West Valley Water is not interested, they're, reaching to their 71st anniversary. They are having, an expansion on their property. Operating. It's, please join West Valley Water and Street Board Directors for an outdoor event to celebrate all of our key former water association facility expansion projects and our commitment to invest in the future. That will be Saturday, March 18th from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. If you would like to attend, then you need to RSVP by calling 909-644-0826. Again, the number is 909-644-0826, and the address for that is 3010 North Cedar Avenue, Rialto, California, 92377. Other than that, on my end, we need some little team here, changing things up a little bit this year to do, our opening ceremony and our pancake breakfast are not going to be this year. We're doing an effort to allow our board members to enjoy their meeting time with their families. So we're having, hopefully, if I can ready this forecasting for next Friday, we're having a family style event, so we'll have games, some vendors, we will still do like our team parades and, have people there that we are taking our sponsors, we'll put the weekend of the fire department and the police department are coming, like that. So our event starts at 6, we're gonna have the vendors and everything going, starting at 5, so we can come a little bit earlier. That's at Desert Farm for anybody who doesn't know on the other side of the freeway. So that is Friday, March 10th at 8 a.m. Sorry, at 6 p.m. The ceremony first probably about 35 minutes. We are having our annual pancake breakfast. So we will be having our pancake breakfast the following morning, Saturday, March 11th, from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's $5 a person. It's all you can eat pancake, sausage, and you can get coffee. So you guys will come on down. That's pretty much it. Oh, but our opening ceremonies, and if you are Dr. Pam, supervisor process has graciously arranged for very recent and lashes to attend their former doctor here. So they will be here at about, if you have questions about who we, I can answer them or anything else. So we have in April. April is National Child Abuse Awareness Month. So we will be reading as the 14th, I believe it is. We will have a gift set. So different, we'll have to collaborate with Waffle Dogs. And we'll have different vendors that will come out here. Some of the program and that's April 14th. I believe that's 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I wanted to share one more thing here, and I was going to share this during my report, but I forgot. We have a free clinic that goes on every first Thursday of the month. So tomorrow, which is the first Thursday of the month, this clinic is. Let me just read here. It says here, we are sharing this information to let you know about a monthly free clinic through the California University of Science and Medicine. The Inland Empire Free Clinic provides free medical care, health, education, and social services to all patients. All are welcome regardless of insurance or immigration status. They also offer free vegetables. It is open the first Thursday of every month, including this Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Colton Community Church. The address is 1301 North Rancho Avenue in Colton. In addition to medical services for adults 18 years old and older, there will also be fresh vegetables, baby clothes, toys, and at-home COVID-19 tests, a medical expert on site to help with medical information and enrollment, health education from the California University of Science Medical Students Group, informational booth from the San Bernardino County Department of Public Health. So again, tomorrow, March 2nd, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Colton Community Church, 1301 North Rancho Avenue in the city of Colton. And this is something that we are working with the California University of Medical Science. And many of you know the new building that was built right next to Arrowhead, which is the new school there for our medical students. Actually, just a little history, we had 114 students that are now doctors that graduated from that location. So they'll probably be the ones providing the service for those people that want to come out. Once again, March 2nd, tomorrow, Thursday, 5:30 to 7:30, Colton Community Church, 1301 North Rancho Avenue in the city of Colton. Thank you. Gary, Vice Chair, I think this young lady wanted to say something.
She's a little chicken. She wanted to tell everybody
Go ahead.
at first that today here is the first day for Bloomington. She'll get some public speaking yet, I'll shoot her if not. They just started Girl Scouts. We haven't had a Girl Scout group here for years. And today was our very first one. Can I mention that? In case anybody didn't see that. It is for, yeah, they actually, they still have a few openings, not a lot, but they still have a few openings left. So it's Girl Scout Troop 448 for ages 8 through 9 years old. So in case you're interested, they have an Instagram account. It's at Troop 448 account. So that's where you can message them if you're interested, or you can contact me and I'll send you their information. Maybe solve everybody's problem, but we try to find the information on
lot of people, so that's why it's super down. But still keep coming, keep giving your opinion. Spread the word with your neighbors, with your friends, with people who really would like to get people out here. I will look at my stuff, we're working on getting a signage, so we'll be able to put banners throughout the community, to hopefully get more people in here. They're also working on the website for us as well, so, you know, we can give updates with one page, you know, share your events and stuff like that.
And, piggyback on Teresa's comments, you know, we really appreciate you coming out, not only telling us, but spend that extra time and voice your opinion. We have a representative from the U.S. Congress here tonight, we have a representative from the State Assembly, we have people from supervised democracy staff, code enforcement, talk to the county. You know, if you can tell us that's great, we'll pass it on. But the more people that bring up the issue, and Dave, you know, this is same for sure. We will get the grease. So, you know, the more you talk about things, the more you bring people to attention, the more likely you are to get a response. I'm not saying you're always going to get a response on everything, because there's a lot going on. But one thing for sure, if you don't say anything, you're definitely not going to get a response. So, please, if you see something, like Dave was reporting to yourself, San Bernardino, yeah, if you see something, say something. So people can be made aware. A lot of people think that everybody's got 10 sets of eyes and they know all and see all. And it's just not that way. It's a big community, and people need to be out there. We need to help the community to make down to the map where the proper authority, the sheriffs, CHP, code enforcement, and then if they're not responsive, then you know you can say, "Well, I was charged with I sent 5 emails and never responded." Okay, they're in a position to go to the supervisor or go to the proper authority and say, "Listen, this person sent 5 emails about an item that I never made a response. What do we do about that?" So, you know, things do happen if you talk enough and speak enough about it. We're able to get a stop sign put in on San Bernardino practice a couple years ago because of numerous comments from people. And we took, I don't know, 2 dozen accidents, I believe, in 1 year to get it done. In fact, it did happen in 24 days. That's good. Yeah. And I know I've been able to get certain areas right there and keep trucks and things away from these areas where they're blocking the streets. You mentioned the line of sight. People trying to go out, but it's a couple big rigs blocking their line of sight. We've had a couple situations where we've been able to get sections of curb, red tag, to keep trucks off of them. So, you know, with that, I think please take advantage of the things you heard tonight. Teresa's got a fantastic program that we're going to deliver one of the best in the entire area. You know, Angela's doing fantastic work with the community. We appreciate her and what she does, especially for the middle-income people that are underserved. Stephanie did, she's got her stuff going on. So everybody is trying to